Welcome back to Barrel Brothers, and this week we have the A3As back from Shannon all welded up and ready to go, so let's get stuck into it. Stay tuned. We have our wheels back, as you can see. Shannon's done an exemplary job with the welding, and look, hasn't mucked up the powder coating at all. He's a wizard, I'll tell you. But yeah, this was pretty tedious. So to keep the temperature down, you could only do these little welds at a time. As you can see, lots of stopping and starting. But what I've decided to do is give them a real good cleanup. We've got, where is it? Is it in this one? In one of these, there's a scratch. Anyway, it's in one of them. So we'll clean it all up. And the plan is to stick them back in the oven and see if a bit of heat can cure the scratch. These were done before I knew a heap about how to do powder coating, so now I know a lot more thanks to my mate over at Oxytech, the big boy. So I'm going to put them back in the oven, and as you can see here, there's like a little where it hasn't quite bonded on. Basically I haven't had them in long enough and gotten the thing right up to temperature. So if I clean them right up, and they have to be cleaned right up because anything that's sitting on there like this dirt will like bond itself into the powder coating. So we'll need to get all of that off, and I need to get the oven going, except for the fact that it's full of these that I got halfway through doing last week. I got to pull all those out first. We'll crank the oven up and get a bit of temperature going. In the meantime, we'll get these guys clean. Now I know the temptation's there, but leave it for 12 hours at least. 24 hours is better, but 12 hours is like the bare minimum before you put a tyre on. Okay, don't put a tyre on it before that's gone off. Now I've had people put a tyre on and say, yeah, but I didn't pump it up. Okay. And I've said this before, the volatiles have got to come out of this for it to go off. If you've got a tyre on it, the volatiles can't come out, so it doesn't go off and it stays soft, and then you get problems. I mean, it is critical of this because there could be little pinholes in the weld, you know, and this just sorts it out. If you're doing a wheel like the earbuds that I was doing the other day, they rely on that seal, so that seal has to be good. That's why you put them together dry, put the seal on, leave it, just leave it, give it 24 hours is the best, 12 hours at a minimum before you put a tyre on, and then she'll be apples. It'll last for 10-15 years without a drama. Alright, it doesn't really go off. So generally if you've got problems with leaks, it doesn't need to be an inch thick, it just needs to fill in those little holes. And the beauty of it is too, if you've got wheels that are just sealed, not welded, if you put the seal in, because where the center and the lip or barrel goes, it's shaped like that. So if you fill in that little triangle, the air pressure will wedge that into the gap and will perform a better seal. But it has to be hard first. Okay? It's got to be solid first. Cool. Now we just got to wait, do Instagram for 12 hours, and then whack some tyres on. these are a support act, but you still have to run with them. I mean, you don't actually need to torque them up. They can be mild rattled up if you're careful. You don't want to stretch the bolts or anything, but you have to run. If they've got bolts in them, you've got to run bolts in them, because as the pressure, like the forces of driving, these actually bend, and what can happen is that inside edge there will actually, because of the bending of the wheel, will lift up and down. So that whole thing will bend, and this will lift up and down, which will hinge on that weld and fatigue a crack into it. Okay, so it needs to be welded and bolted. Okay, welding just by itself is not enough because of that hinging effect, and it'll crack. You don't want crack wheels. Crack wheels are not fun. Right, these are an M7 high tensile. They need to be done up to 32 Newton meters. As I said, these don't actually need it, but you might as well if you've got the gear. Just rattling them up could be too tight, could be too loose, you don't know. The only problem with these little batteries don't last very long if you're using them constantly, and they seem to wear out fairly quickly. You charge them up and they only get like half a charge or something around the window, so do better, Milwaukee. Right, this one's been on there a week, so we'll see what sort of charge that's got in it. 2 bars. And the thing about that is, if I'll use it to tighten this up and then put it in the case, leave it for a week, I'll come back, it'll be, well, that's exactly what happened with the other one. That's as far as they charge. 2 bars. I mean, it's a terrific bloody gadget. That's where it falls down. Alright, where did I put my valves? Do you guys get favourite spanners? Like, we've got about 4 12mm in there, but I like this one. Favourite screwdriver, favourite spanner. Now, because we're putting the tyre straight onto this, we might as well take the valve out now, because we need the valve out to get enough air in to pop the bead on. That's why you always take the valve out when you put the tyre on. Okay, that one's ready to go. Etc, etc, another 3 and a bit times. Well, this is interesting after having pulled the tyres off. So there's the front and the rear. There seems to be quite a bit more wear on the rears than the front. And this is because of reasons. Now, I haven't been doing burnouts or anything in them, but it's not really a burnout type of car, but yeah, look at that. I mean, there's a good couple of mil extra on these than those. Nice wear pattern though, nice and flat all the way across. Look at that. I think we'll do a rotation, rears onto the front, fronts onto the rear. Gloves on for the dirty job. There she goes. Come on, you son of a bitch. Because I want to save these tyres, we'll give it a little bit of lubricant. So many of life's problems can be fixed with lubricant. Not that particular lubricant. One down, 3 more to go. And when you're taking your wheels off, don't forget, if you're putting them away, give them a good wash. Get all of that brake dust and crap off them, you know. These might look clean from a distance, but I assure you they ain't. So we'll wash all of that stuff. We'll take the old weights off, because put any tyre on it's going to need to be re-weighted. Clean it up all in here, and then yeah, Bob's your uncle. These are cool wheels. Actually, you know what we haven't done with these? We haven't done the sizes on them yet, so let's do that instead. Offsets. Say you find yourself a nice flat surface, don't come much flatter than the old mill here, and put them face down. This is the easiest way to do it. And you need a calculator. So there, Mrs. Powell, who said you won't have a calculator in your pocket when you're out in the real world. Yes, I frickin' will do. Probably at this age, God rest her soul. She wasn't a young woman when I had her when I was about 10 or 11 in Bancroft Terrace in Newlands in New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand. All right, so overall width is 226. Divide that by 2 equals, all right, 113 millimeters. 113 millimeters is 0 offset. Okay, now these ones stuck out maybe 2 or 3 millimeters more than the white ones. Those were dead flush. These got a little bit of poking, only a couple of millimeters, but that means that the offset on these ones, well, and these are 1/2 inch wider, but on the back. So swings and roundabouts, I mean, 1/2 inch, half of 1/2 inch is 1/4 inch, which is about 6 millimeters. So if those ones are 14 by 7.5 plus 2. If we add our 6 millimeters onto that, makes it a plus 8, and then take our 3 millimeters or thereabouts from memory off, brings it back the other way. So these should be about a plus 5 at a guess. 14 by 8 plus 5. Let's measure them and find out. All right, 226, we still got that. Divided by 2, facial recognition. Oh, it recognised me. Tap my glasses. I put sunglasses on, it doesn't recognise me. 113. Now, down through the centre, make sure everything's square. 110. Oh. Okay. Minus 110 equals 3. So these are a 14 by 8 plus 3. Those are a 7.5 plus 2. These are 14 by 8 plus 3. And that's the sizes. I'm going to duck upstairs and get some stickers now before I forget, you know, old age, short memory, all that sort of stuff. There you have it. So I'll whack those on and then chuck some tyres on them and balance them up. Outside, there it is. Bazooka. There she goes. Okay, one down, 3 to go. And that's why I like little wheels. Easy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need to balance them up and then we can chuck them on the car. Might let the pressure out and turn the tyre a bit, because that's a lot. That's 60 grams on one side. I think we should be better than that. Oh, it's about the same. Might be just some worn tyres. Bugger. That's why they make these out of hardened steel. For clumsy oafs. I mean, this tyre machine leads a fairly pampered life. I mean, the ones in tyre shops just get hammered. Well, that's what they're designed to do, so. Oh, all about the same so far. Take a quick look at the last one, and then I don't think turning is going to make much difference. Might try turning 1. Yep. Balance on all of them pretty much exactly the same. So, what I'm going to do is I'll pop the tyre off. Oh, we'll press the tyre and I'll turn it 180 degrees and we'll see how that looks. Oh, worse. And that one's got to come back off again. I always like to put on the little weight first and then see if it takes any of the big weight around. Weight out. In this case, it hasn't. Still wants it. Okay. Just there, right? And if you can, put your the ones that need the biggest weights on the back. The ones that balance up better, put them on the front. Nothing like having nice new tyres on your car, or nice freshly balanced wheels on your car. Not as lumpy as some of the cheapies I've seen. Righto, just go and chuck them on the car. Ah, damn it, it's starting to rain. I think I had some hub rings for these, and I do. And centre caps too. Advan, tight fit. What's missing from this picture? Dugga. Bond. James Bond. Come on, you've all wanted to do it at some stage. Look at that, I didn't even line it up with the AB. Welcome to OC. Alright, other side, which is a bit boring for you, so I'll turn the camera off. There you have it, folks. Why the silver 3-spokes, you may ask? Because their Mark 1 Viper had silver 3-spokes. Massive ones, but yeah. And that gives you a chance to use a really good old school wheel in the Advan A3A. I think that's a good look. I don't know if I think I still like the white ones a little bit better, but these are on it for now, and maybe we'll wear out the tyres and then swap them back to the white ones. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and what a great little car. And we will see you next time on the Barrel Brothers. Look after yourselves. How you get aluminium shavings inside a tyre? Oh, probably when I blew this off. Stuff happens. Tough as.